We are one.
Sorry, I was in the zone then. that was some out of body experience. That was good.
What other people perceive as massive is I've sung for 2 popes.
Oof.
Yeah.
And she's Italian.
Oh, Lord.
Every time you write a song is like a blood transfusion on a piece of paper, and you don't get the blood back, and that's you get it from people.
That's deep. Okay.
I'm upset with her because she died, and I wanted her here, and because now the music would be so much better than Taylor Swift.
Okay. We're gonna edit that Swifty part out, or we're gonna get killed.
No, we're going to highlight it.
We're gonna get cancelled. What would you want people to take away from your music, your content?
Solace and grace.
Oof. Wow.
Yeah.
Everybody, how are you all today?
How are you? How are you? How are you?
I am your host, Asabi Hawa, poet, singer, songwriter, all-round amazing mother and woman. And
I'm the co-host, Mike. I haven't got a bio like that. I'm just great. Full stop.
it's okay. It's all right.
What's trying to show me up?
Some of us are, and some of us.
Some of us don't need to show off. But anyway, cool. Who's the guest? What have we got? Who have we got on today?
I'm really excited
about you?
Today's guest. She is phenomenal. She is amazing. She is beautiful. Sounds like an angel.
Indeed, indeed.
It is the one and only Miss Marianna Zappi.
Hello, everybody. How you doing?
Hi, Marianna. How are you? How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. I haven't seen this one for a while, so you know, it's been fun.
It's a
That's a good thing, though, isn't it? Really, let's be honest. That's a good thing, no?
No, it's not.
I see it a lot, and
Do you see what I mean?
I know what you have been putting up with now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
it's a 2 against 1, yeah. All right. Cool.
Thanks
Like
for
it
having
wasn't
me.
that way last time.
Anyway,
Thank you for having me.
so Marianna, let's kick off with your genre. So on your bio, you talked about it being alt rock, alt pop.
Alternative pop rock.
Yeah. What is that for
Well.
the people who don't know what that is?
So back in the days, it would have been a mix between pop rock and a bit of, soul and rhythm and blues.
Okay.
Nowadays, the bloggers, they define you as alternative rock or alternative pop.
Weird.
So,
yeah.
very. I'm not the alternative.
No.
when he showed me like your profile, I was like listening to him but not really listening. Then I was like,
That's
oh
usual.
wait, is this Mariana? He's like, oh. So then I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, because I was thinking alternative to what? What is it alternative to?
Yeah, it's basically, the mainstream pop rock.
Yeah.
I've always been an opposing force to that regardless, especially in the mainstream of today. So they class that as basically songwriters' sphere.
Ah.
You get what I mean?
So-
more than like entertainment artist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So not straight up pop. So where did this alternative edge come from? At what point did you realize that you weren't the norm? You weren't the common.
I grew up writing, and I think that's probably the reason why I feel it's not, for the faint-hearted.
Wait, that sounds ominous. That sounds scary.
That was the easiest thing that came to mind. But, no, I just think, I grew up in a time of music that was different. I've been around for a while, and I started in my country, in Italy, and I've had the lack of being surrounded by musicians playing instruments since I was 5.
Okay.
Going to radio stations from the age of 7,
Damn.
listening to things like Pink Floyd, Black Sabbath,
Okay.
Led Zeppelin, and that part of alternative rock music of the 70s really defined what I then became as a musician,
Okay.
but also as a human being.
Nice.
That part of the hippie, the revolution, the
Yeah.
rebellion.
Peace and all that.
Yeah, I'm rebellious by fault, by default, by default, by fault, by problem, by everything. I'm just So that kind of thirst for justice and peace and change has always come across in my music, whether it's love songs or songs of revolution and things like that.
So is that kind of integral to your writing then, the way that you construct a song, or does it just flow? You just write about whatever happens in life, or you consciously trying to?
Very good question.
Right.
When,
You are good at the questions. That's why I leave them to you.
when I was a kid, when I first started, my first song was very simple. My English was not as good as it is today. Given it's good, I hope. I would
good, that's good.
you know, but it was very, you know, the sky is blue, I love you, and I'll follow you.
It's very rhythmic, yeah.
Yeah, it was like I'll follow you up and down
Yeah.
with my heart in your soul and things like that, you know. And it's like things like, you know, that's a bit weird. Yeah. If you think about that today, it's just like, who's this girl?
Number one hit these days, that would be.
I mean, technically,
Possibly, but let's not experiment.
No, okay.
We've done that, and it's always been a way for me to write about the things that I was feeling, and it was an outlet for me to just tell my story, but also tell the story of the people that I had around me. And you know, I wrote a lot of songs when I was younger, looking at my friends' experiences, and then I, you know, evolved and done loads of things and moved to England and started writing about heartbreak.
Oh yeah.
tell me a singer who hasn't written about heartbreak.
Hey, you know, it's hard.
Hey,
You know, but then the heartbreak is not just about, you know, romantic heartbreak.
Yeah.
Your heart can break in many
Yeah.
instances.
There are
Absolutely.
aspects of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not just about all love and stuff.
And then, you know, until my second release, Untamable, that was the way that I felt my best songs would come, because I'm very critical as well of myself. So.
oh, I
As
can
you should be.
attest to that.
As you should be.
I can attest to Mariana's critical self-critique.
Right. And there was a point where I had to realize that perfection is unattainable, but you can attain progress.
Yeah.
So I wrote a happy EP.
Okay.
And I was like,
What does that sound like?
I was like, I can write happy songs. You know.
I personally was shocked because I don't want to give too much away, but just, you know, when you guys hear Mariana perform, you'll understand.
It's she's always too nice to me.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
No, just the truth.
I think that for me, it was the difference was coming from a place of healing as opposed to a place of trauma.
Okay.
And I think that goes hand in hand with your evolution as a human being if you do choose to do the work.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
if you choose to do the work.
So what was the point where you moved into the healing phase? What was there like a catalyst that you decided, okay, this is the point in time that I'm going to heal? Or did it happen naturally? How did that
you
come
know,
about?
there hasn't been just one thing that I had to heal from, you know. I've had a interesting life, and I had a lot of very powerful experiences in the good and in the bad. And I've always...
you're gonna have to tell us some of those now, right?
That's fine.
Yeah, okay.
You know, I'm an open book. You know, so a lot of them are already very well out in the public realm because I can't keep a bean in my mouth. As my mom used to say. You know? I just don't like, you know, what you see is what you get, because it's too. It takes too much effort to remember the lies.
100%. Like, I can't. I don't know how people live that way.
You know, it's just it's difficult. So I just think that what happened was, I had some defining experiences that then made me look at myself and the way I was looking at myself. And because of also, you know, trauma that's been passed on, or, you know, because we have generations of trauma that we don't know anything about.
It's been passed on.
100%.
And it's, you know, it's through our DNA that we have to live of, you know, all of these experiences through. And, you know, if you don't choose to look at healing, then you're going to be a victim of the generations of trauma that you carry.
Okay, yeah, until you open your eyes, I guess, and say, enough is enough.
And so within myself, I've always felt since I was a kid that I wanted more for my life. I'm a very happy human being, even if the world is falling around.
And you write sad songs, or you used to.
Right. And it's not about sad, it's about experiential songs.
Okay, all right.
Now I can, you know, now I write songs that are still experiential, but from a different perspective, or from a perspective of someone who's accepted that you can't change anything else by yourself, and that time will always go on regardless of whether you accept that or not.
Exactly.
And that, you know, people are always going to hurt you, but also you're gonna hurt people.
Yeah.
You got to accept that
Because-
part as well.
Yeah, I think that's hard for a lot of people to accept,
Yeah.
especially if they've been hurt by the person they're also hurting. They kind of feel
Yeah.
like, well, no, you hurt me first, so ignore the hurt I've given you because you hurt me. But it's like, actually, you're both complicit.
Right.
And
you
it's
know?
also it's about perspectives, because you may not think you've hurt anybody, but the person
Right.
you've hurt said, "Oh, you did this, you did that." So it's kind of, I guess, an acceptance that you're not perfect.
Let me ask you a
Yeah.
question.
Okay.
Have you ever had a girl that came to you and said to you that she liked you, and you had to tell her that you didn't?
Yeah.
So
Okay,
you
Grace.
so you didn't want to hurt the girl, but the
Well, I didn't say it like that. I didn't say no, I don't like you.
But you had to let
but
her
you
know.
had to let her know that
Yeah,
you were
but
not.
Did you-
smartly.
I don't think he let her know.
Okay.
I think
That's cheating.
that-
No, I'm not a
no.
ghoster.
I never said ghosting,
No,
but
no,
do you know
no.
what I
I'm
mean?
not
Because you
ghosting.
picked specifically ghosted. I was literally just gonna say you told her some words that didn't let her know. Oh, he
Yeah.
ain't feeling me. He
No,
just
no,
not
no,
in it right now.
Sometimes you got to read between the lines, isn't it?
Right, but reading between the lines.
What that for?
Well, you call that making your choice, or let her read between the lines, whichever way you put it. She would have had to feel that she wasn't reciprocated.
Yeah, yeah.
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 So through the choice that you made,
Yeah.
you inadvertently hurt a human being.
What goes around comes around. It happens to be bare times.
Exactly, as above, so below. We have control over nothing
Yeah.
aside from our side of the story, and we have to take accountability for the side of ourselves that is going to
Yeah. That's
it's going to hurt someone
Yeah.
because you're making a choice for self.
yeah.
For self-preservation, you will have to hurt someone.
No, that's a fair
Yeah.
point. And also, I
You
think as
know?
well, with regard to your music, life is kind of like for lack of a better frame word, it's like a rainbow, right? So there's different colors, there's different aspects to it. So if you're reflecting your music in that, some music will be sad, some will be happy. It's part of your journey. I can't think of an artist who could just be one genre. I only sing about X, because that's not
Yeah.
it's not really realistic to life.
It isn't realistic to
Yeah.
be happy all the time.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And also if you go with the weather and you live in the UK,
Oh, is it?
100%.
It's in the UK,
See,
You're
listen.
laughing about it.
Do you know how long she's lived here?
How long have you lived there?
17 years.
Oh my God. Then.
Yeah, I'm a
London
Londoner.
out,
She-
you're London out.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
She didn't just come yesterday, my friend.
All right.
Bridging.
All right, fair enough. I was going to ask you, so obviously you came from Italia, yeah?
Yes.
So at that point, sorry about the accent.
Okay.
So,
I can say wagon.
yeah, fair enough. Okay, we're quick. So then you transitioned, so obviously you learned how to speak, or you might have known to speak English all the time, but in terms of your songwriting and your singing, how did you transition from Italian to English? Did you always, I presume you sang in Italian initially, or you always sang in English, even from a kid?
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's why I think that you're born who you are and then you grow into you're meant to be.
But how did that happen? My head is bust right now.
Because I had a very smart mama
Oh.
who used to buy me Mickey Mouse tapes, VHS, in English.
But still.
Because she was convinced that one day in the world you would need English to communicate.
Oh, wow.
Oh, give
That's
thanks
like
for
destiny.
mama.
Yes, and she knew me. I've always been kind of like the actress, singer,
Diva.
of the diva of the
Yeah.
house, yeah.
She's-
You've been dying to call someone a diva,
I know,
haven't you?
I know. I'll call you one in a minute, don't worry.
So I started singing English songs since I was a baby.
Damn.
Literally. And then because of that, when I sing, my accent is in Italian.
Yeah.
Almost at all now.
Yeah.
When I was maybe 10 years ago, still I had some,
Yeah, to be
little
fair, there was a
things.
twang because when I first saw you sing,
Yeah.
I heard you sing before I heard you speak.
Yeah.
And you sang, and then afterwards you spoke on the mic.
Yeah.
And I remember looking at my friend like, oh.
Where's she from?
Yeah, and we were trying to figure it
Is she
because we
American?
did. I don't think we hit
I'm thinking
Italy.
it's hard to tell.
It was like, oh, she kind of sounds Polish. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true actually. No, yeah.
No, seriously,
I'm
I don't know
thinking
what it
that.
is, but of the
No,
Polish. No, honestly, I don't know. Yeah,
I think there's a lot of influences in my English because I've also lived in America for a bit and I traveled around with an American gospel choir. So when I got here, my English was very Americanized,
Okay, yeah.
and English people didn't like that.
Yeah.
no,
They
no,
give
no,
me
no,
the
no.
side
Yes.
Generally
So
don't.
for me, like Southwark was Southwark, Greenwich was Greenwich,
Ooh.
Willesden Green was Willesden Green.
Yeah, you're not gonna get many friends with that that actually. if I'm
When I
honest.
got here, I remember it to this day. Got to Wilson Green,
Yeah.
got off the tube with my big luggages, my rucksack, and kept asking everybody direction for Willesden Green. And I thought I was somebody saying that.
It was like,
They sent me the wrong direction 15 times. People were mean to me, man. And then I find this hostel, and it looked horrible, greasy, and dirty, and
they all are that, aren't they?
I looked at it and I was like, it wasn't like that on the website.
It's never like that on the website.
Right. And but
Oh.
I had to work really hard, and sometimes I was thinking about this the other day, like from then to now, I made a life out of nothing,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and I'm just so proud.
Yeah, you should
Well,
be.
That
congrats on
is,
that one.
yeah.
So all of the we looked at your bio. Well, it wasn't really a bio. It was basically what Afib had said about you.
Yeah.
Essentially, as Asabi said, look at her smiling. It's not even you. It's not about you. Like, you're really going on about.
I can't rejoice for my sis.
All right, calm down.
Okay.
About your voice and how it's so amazing. And then I thought, yeah, okay, they're just saying that. But then off air, I heard a little bit, and yeah,
See?
it's all right, I suppose.
Oh,
yeah, it's
please.
all right, all right.
You know when people can't sing and it just burns them a little too deep.
So yeah. Anyway, what we're gonna do now? We're gonna let people experience that slice of heaven
Yeah.
sort of thing. So your first song you're gonna sing for us today is
It's called One.
One.
Yeah, and
Okay.
it's been released in June last year.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and it's part of that happy.
The
phase.
happy phase.
The happy phase.
Okay, that's
yeah.
good. It's good to start off
Which is
with.
still going on, by the way. It's very good.
Hopefully it continues. Right?
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, did that happy phase coincide with you not seeing Asabi at all? Or?
Wow.
That is
Do you
mean.
see?
That is
I'm just
a mean
asking
thing.
because you said
No,
uh,
I have spoken to Asabi in between.
Exactly.
And-
but they've not physically, not the the negative.
Listen,
negativity.
Wonderful.
My sister
Wonderful.
my sister been busy. She been building life and
Exactly, that's
doing-
good. And you've been
doing
happy
life
in
and-
that same period. I'm just asking if there's a correlation.
There isn't.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway.
I was happier before I met you.
Oh. Oh, right. It's been one of those days, isn't it?
Yes.
You know
Yes,
you're
it is.
smiling.
You can't put two women who are friends
No way,
together.
no way, no way. What are you dancing for?
I'm dancing at just the beauty of it all. Don't.
Don't worry, when we get one of my guests on, then we'll see.
Yeah, we will see.
Yeah. Anyway, without further ado, Mariana, take it away with One.
Wait, let me get my guitar around my neck.
It's gonna be good. Calm down.
I don't want to calm down. I want to enjoy.
Our colors skin don't match, but our heartbeats the same. Two far away homelands under the same blue sky. It all makes perfect sense when we look into each other's eyes. And with no false pretense, clear direction and drive. Girl with a little love and directions to guide. It all makes perfect sense when we look into each other's eyes. Oh, we are one. We are one.
Sorry, I was in the zone then. That was some out of body experience. That was good. I didn't know where I was.
See?
Where are we again? Oh, we did a podcast. Yeah.
That's the quietest we've been.
She said to me, sis, 2 songs, a verse and a chorus, yeah? I was like, okay, good, it's fine.
Boy, I just have to get back into what I was supposed to be doing. What are we here for?
It's the way her voice just washes over you, right?
man.
It's so cleansing and so pure. It's
Sorry,
just
take off. I'm going to time
honestly,
out. I don't know where I am right now.
it's like you're somewhere in the tropics and the natural waterfall is just
I wrote this in Morocco.
refreshing you. Oh,
You know? And every time I sing it, I feel that the music, the guitar part
Mm-hmm.
in this song especially, I don't class myself as a great guitarist. I'm just average, playing guitar.
I'm rubbish, so don't
my
get me.
instrument is my voice. So, for me, I focused on that most of my life. So, but I just feel like if you close your eyes, you can follow the journey. You can go to the airport, get on the plane, get off, see the palm trees and the sunny skin on your skin, and then the night comes and you can see the stars at night. It's just,
At one point, you were singing like 8D or something. There's a part where you were like doing a reverb. I don't know what you were doing. And it was just going around my head. It was unbelievable.
Beautiful, right?
So,
I appreciate that.
What was that song about? Talk us through it. Okay, you wrote it in Morocco, and
I think that song has had it's taken on many meanings, through the time since it's been written to now. And I think that what it really is the acknowledgement of the beauty in every single one of us, and how through all of the differences that we have, we are really truly one. Because if you think about it, it's about the infinity of humanity. If you close your eyes and you think about somewhere on the other side of the world right now, there are 3 people sitting at a table having a conversation the same way we are.
About connections.
We've never met them. We don't know who they are. We don't know their dreams, their aspirations, their problems, their issues, but they are having a human experience right now.
Yeah.
And that song is about that.
Wow, that was amazing. I feel like I'm not going to troll you the rest of this show.
You've quelled the fire in his soul now.
so how did the inspiration for that song? I know you're a rebel and you're about social justice, etc. But how did the inspiration for that particular song come about? I know you were in Morocco. You just
it was
doodling or.
I think I was traveling, and I think it was just really and truly accepting the infinity of what the experience was, but also feeling very small. When you go to Morocco and you close your you close your eyes, you can the air, the noise of the Medina, the people, but you open the eyes at night and you see the stars. And I had never seen that amount of stars
no, London.
in my entire existence.
You'd be lucky.
No, I come from a little village where, if I go to the beach, I see bare stars. But I had never seen as many stars.
Nice.
You can truly see the, hobbits. And it just made me feel so tiny. But at the same time, infinite. It was just very beautiful.
You keep saying infinity.
Right.
Have you got like friendship rings or something?
No, my daughter bought me this.
Oh.
But it was just so funny because
I'm not her daughter.
Might as well be.
No, it's literally because Kaya bought this for me this year actually.
That's
I was
really
like,
cute.
oh, I'll wear this because it will make me think of her. And then you kept saying infinity, and I was like, oh, look, it's
We're not supposed to plug other people's jewelry and stuff on the show. We haven't got any sponsors. So
It's the symbol I'm talking
All
about,
right.
not the brand.
This guy.
See, it's okay.
But back to the podcast anyway.
It's all right. He needs to hear your second song at some point to quell him
I don't know if I can
again.
handle it. No, that first one was a bit much. Can you do the first one again? No. So I get what you're thinking, because I think, personally for me, when I travel, it puts me in perspective of
Right.
who, not necessarily who I am, but my place in the world in terms of just one small kind of ant in billions. No, just the fact that you're flying alone already.
But
puts you in perspective.
you're saying this is great. But for me, it happens to me in London.
Oh, is it?
Like if I am this dreamer that I will never stop.
Okay.
And sometimes on a sunny day in London, I'm walking around and I'm like, I can't believe I'm really here.
Yeah. Nice.
Like when I was a kid, it was a dream for me to be here. I come from a little village
Oh, yeah.
by the beach. There's 8,000 souls, and everybody knows when you go toilet or
Yeah.
it's like,
Whoa.
and they gossip about it. I think happy was yellow today. That's signs, And so for me, like I watch the things that for you are normal since you are a kid on the television. Like I grew up with MTV, like looking up at MTV. And watching all the videos and the interviews, and when they did the live from the London studio that they had with all of the backdrop of the CD, I was just like, oh right, look at that, and then one day I found myself on a flyer that said MTV.
Oh man.
And for me it was just like
Yeah, you've been in quite a few.
I've done loads of
things.
stuff.
She's been about.
So just give us a few little of your highlights. Not showing off anything, but
Well, I
just.
don't know.
just
Like
saying.
for me, highlights is everything. You know,
Mm.
wherever is a pub or is a stadium, I don't really make a difference. I like singing. So, but if I, what other people perceive as massive is I've sung for two popes.
Oof.
Yeah.
And she's Italian.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, Lord.
So the Jubilee in 2000 for John Paul II, and then Benedict 16th, I think it was.
How did that happen? They must have headhunted you, surely. How?
My vocal coach.
Oh, okay.
So bless her. She was someone who always championed myself, and when I was of the age where I could represent on her behalf, where she couldn't go, she'd send me.
Yeah.
And when they do the Jubilee celebration in Rome, it's madness.
Yeah, I can
Literally, there are stages everywhere in the CD, and
Bloody
the
hell.
biggest stage is the one where the Pope is sitting, and everybody, there's 2.5 million people.
Jesus.
And we couldn't do all of the same shows at the same time because we were asked to be in different places at different times. So,
Of course.
yeah. And I was young. I was very young. I was like 16.
Oof.
Wow.
But maybe at that age, were you more fearless? You didn't think about how big it was? You didn't realize
I thought about
magnitude? Huh?
Well, you don't think about it until you see the people. Then you see the people, you're like, I want to go home. Someone get me out of here. Yeah, it was intense, and but then, just put it this way: when you're a singer-songwriter and you like to express yourself, there's a part of you that is driven by good ego. There's bad ego and good ego.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Let's not be around the bush here.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
everybody's like, I have no ego.
Yeah.
Liar.
Yeah. We've all got
Because
ego.
we need to have a bit of ego to survive. It's self-preservation,
I agree.
Agreed.
And so the moment that you have the courage to stand on a stage in front of millions of people, there's going to be a backlash of some sort. But you love it, and you're going to do it anyway because we feed off the people's responses to us, If one person feels what I'm singing, my job is fulfilled.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because then that song takes, that performance takes a life of its own and remains impressed in the minds of people, and then you'll lead them to do things in their lives.
Exactly. You've made an impact. isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I've done loads of like TV shows and stuff in my country, but then I went on to a worldwide tour with an American gospel choir for 3.5 years.
Oh, what's that like? 3.5 years.
Yeah. The best time of my life. I really loved it, But also because,
That's a 2.5.
remember, girl from village, Italian village,
Yeah.
all these, oh my God, his voice is,
Yeah.
and just being surrounded by them were just like, singers in my country think that if you sing with a gospel choir, you've made it.
Okay.
Because that's the ultimate expression of amazingness that you can have around you.
Yeah.
So I did that, and then I was signed to a few record labels at different times, and I was unfortunate enough to be robbed by the industry very much.
It's always the story, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
Dog eat dog world.
It's a reality. Every industry has got their dodgy criminals,
Yeah.
100%.
And then because I'm a stubborn beep, I beat myself, I've decided to, that I was gonna do it on my own terms.
Yeah. Being independent.
Yeah, and came over here and ended up playing all of the venues. Then moved on to the big venues like Jazz Cafe, and then from then
Nice one.
I got asked to take part on the XFactor
Oh.
in 2016.
Why?
What do you have a problem with now?
It's like you're an agent or something. Let her express herself.
All I did was say yes
Sorry,
and
Mariana,
smile with pride.
Sorry, continue. Sorry.
Look, this isn't. Sorry, one moment, my dear. This is an example of lifting people up. But because you're a professional troll at this stage, you just don't know how. It's okay.
Dear.
Mariana, please continue.
Please
Your wonderful story. Thank you.
So the XFactor, which wasn't the best experience for me
How so?
personally, because it's a circus, and I don't have any shame or issue saying that out loud. And especially because finally, the truth about it all came out around 2020 when all of the artists that have been you know, feeling the brunt of it all, I've
Yeah.
come out publicly and said it on social media. I've had a lot of people telling me, "Oh, why don't you tell your side of the story?"
It's a bit fixed, isn't it? I think
because
for like,
it's all fixed, but
yeah,
that's not even the issue, because you know, I don't care. You know,
Yeah.
when you go to a TV show, you understand that it's a TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had no kind of illusion or
Mm.
whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I was too seasoned already, not like to have the illusion
Yeah, yeah.
of it all. My issue comes with the breaking of souls
Yes.
and using people's aspirations to break spirits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That results in
That's the dark side, isn't it?
Yeah.
of it?
There is a BBC podcast actually on the BBC Sounds that came out, 6 episodes, and there's a BBC journalist that went and did an all series about it, and she went back to some of the people that have
Okay.
taken
Yeah.
part. And you hear all the stories of people that have gotten themselves sick,
Yeah.
depressed, clinically depressed. So like with episodes of psychosis and
Oof.
people being mistreated and people being, you know, in a position where they no longer could go outside of their home.
Yeah, could break your confidence.
Yeah.
It breaks you completely. And if you associate it with a strong experience that you may have had in your life,
Yeah.
what happens is that they will utilize that to make good television
100%.
Yeah.
without thinking of the courage that you had
Yeah.
in the first place to be able to share something like that.
Exactly.
I don't regret it
Yeah.
because
That's experience, isn't it?
it's an experience,
Yeah.
but also with me, you know, it was kinder than with other people in terms of the footage and the way that it's been shown,
Yeah.
because they couldn't do otherwise.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't give
They're much.
Yes.
work with-
the opportunity to do so, but you know, I was it shows in every single country of the planet.
Mm.
So I had the opportunities to and still do to this day to reach out
Yeah, it's exposure.
so many
exposure.
people.
Yeah.
And I still get messages to this day
Oh, wow.
about the one instance. Although my life has been all of the other things around it,
Mm.
you know, and sometimes I used to be, oh, why do people always ask me about this thing? Because I realize now that it's the most global thing
It is.
Yeah.
that I did.
I preferred American Idol, to be honest. But with the X Factor, even from an audience perspective, I couldn't work out sometimes somebody's clearly a fantastic singer, they should go through. And this person, all right, did do a little bit of dancing and they're
But
quite
it's not-
humorous. But how are they getting through?
It's not a
Singing
it's not
contest,
a
is it?
a singing exhibition.
Yeah,
Is a TV
yeah,
composition.
yeah.
So they, you know, they will have to, what entertains, and the saddest part of it
Yeah.
is that we have given the strength to,
Yeah.
to exist for so long because we see the funny act that is completely delusional,
can't
that
sing.
doesn't understand,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we will laugh about
Yeah,
it.
I
Yeah.
think that's cruel. I think that
Right.
that
That's
should
my
be
point.
Britain's
Yeah.
Got Talent. Even that you can't really. If you
That
can't
is
sing,
my
you
point.
can't sing.
My point is that whatever requires cruelty
Yeah.
is toxic.
Yeah.
And I don't like to use that word because now everybody's toxic.
Yeah,
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
she's toxic, negative, toxic. I don't, you know.
Yeah,
But it's not conducive to a healthy lifestyle.
No,
Let's
it's
put
not
it that
at all.
way.
Not at all.
Exactly.
So it was a great experience in terms of loads of lessons, but I withdrew a lot
Mm.
for a long period of time.
Okay.
Period of time in which people thought, oh, she's not singing anymore.
Mm.
I was writing.
Yeah,
And I also was setting up an independent record label
yeah. It
with
was smart.
with our friend, with Rago.
Mm.
And
Holy Grail. Was it?
we
Holy Trio. Trinity.
yeah, and we turned 10
Yeah.
years old this year.
Oh,
That's
congrats.
crazy.
Where's my invite to the party though?
Well,
No
you know,
trolls
there's
allowed.
a festival this summer.
Yeah, I see. Is it the one in May? Is it?
No, there's a festival that we ran called Jam Messenger Fest.
She ain't told me.
She's performing.
Speaks volumes, doesn't it? Really?
You know, but what have you done not to be invited? Mhm.
There we go.
What have I
Thank
done
you.
not to be invited? Anyway, let's get on to what we're saying. So
Yes.
so you've done loads.
Yeah,
you've
loads of
got that's a varied life.
Yeah.
So in terms of your inspirations, you mentioned a few,
Yeah.
and we're going to go into that shortly. So this journey's happened. You are where you are now.
Mhm.
You're in the happy phase of
I'm just
Well, currently-
a very content person.
currently
you
is
know,
happy.
Yeah.
So I've got a little game.
Mhm.
I'm gonna get a sound.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a sound effect for
Do
it.
I win
Yes.
anything?
At some point. You win the service friendship. One of our
He already has that.
renewal, 5-year renewal.
It was already.
Oh,
Not even a candy.
Let me have a look.
You are stingy, my friend.
Okay, given the fact that your vocals were like elite level, you should be able to answer this pretty easy. So we're gonna give you a little head-to-head.
Okay.
3 of your artists that you admire vocally.
Yeah, I can tell you right
Yeah.
now.
In a head-to-head sing-off to the death.
Sing
Yeah.
off.
Who wins out of Celine Dion,
Okay.
Whitney Houston,
Yeah.
Aretha Franklin,
Celine,
and why?
Celine Dion.
Like that.
Celine Dion.
I knew that was going to be her answer.
What Aretha?
Love her, but yeah.
In a sing-off to the death.
No, it's all by myself. No, Celine Dion. Celine Dion to the death of me until I am old and grey
Why?
with wrinkles and pest.
What, Whitney? No, you never give Whitney a mention.
I love
My
Whitney
God.
Houston. She is one of my favorites and most missed artists of all time. But do you know why?
Yeah, I want to know.
There is an interview. There is a video. I don't know if you maybe saw it online, but Celine Dion at I think it was the Grammys.
Yeah.
Wins a Grammy.
Yeah.
Is backstage, you know,
Yeah.
because when they come off the stage, they have to go
Yeah,
at
yeah,
the
yeah.
back or whatever. She hears Whitney Houston singing
Yeah.
on the video.
Yeah.
She stops doing everything she's doing. She turns around in sudden and utter admiration.
Yeah.
That's why I love Celine Dion, because she is one of the best music vocalists of ancient times
Yeah.
to present times. Like her technique is
Yeah.
unmatched, and she is such a lover of talent.
Okay, so you're giving her the points because of her personality, not because of her singing. All
No,
right.
for her singing, as well as the attitude towards
Okay.
the other artist. Whitney Houston, amazing, but you know, for me, without judgment, because I would never. She's. I love the Lord. I
Yeah.
grew up with Whitney Houston, with
Yeah.
Mariah, with Celine, with
Yeah.
all of them. And she's the one who, unfortunately, bless her, got a bit lost.
Yeah. That's fair to say.
And
Yeah.
you don't, you know, and I can't fathom in my head, and perhaps is my limitation, definitely is my limitation, how you have a gift so big
Yeah.
and lose sight of that
Yeah.
and don't hold on to that.
Yeah, life takes over sometimes for some people.
And you die like that.
Yeah.
So in a way, I'm low-key upset with her,
Yeah.
and I
Oh,
also
not
low-key.
really low-key, innit?
and I
I keep upset.
you know, and I also miss her very much, you know. But I understand that her demons were bigger than anything else.
Mm.
But I just wish that her voice, that she held on to her voice, because he would have saved her,
Yeah.
you know. But when she lost that,
Yeah.
it must have been even harder, because as a musician, as a singer, I know that when I'm not singing in front of people, my whole life feels depleted. My whole life feels empty,
Yeah.
you know.
Because it kind of energizes you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You don't get back what you gave, and every time you write a song is like a blood transfusion on a piece
Yeah.
of paper, and
Okay.
you don't get the blood back, and
Oof.
that's you get it from people,
That's deep.
you know. So
Okay.
I'm upset with her because she died, and
Yeah, okay.
I wanted her here, and
Yeah.
because now the music would be so much better than Taylor Swift.
Okay. I'm never. We're gonna edit that Swifty part out. Or we're gonna get killed.
No, we're gonna
get
highlight
cancelled.
it.
We're gonna get cancelled.
No, I
We're gonna put
Taylor-
it-
I like
double it,
Taylor
double it,
Swift,
double
but,
it.
you know,
She's-
Shay no Whitney.
All right. Second one, probably a bit more easier. Well, that was pretty easy to be honest for you.
You didn't even finish the sentence like
No,
that, right?
So I'll give you 3 of your artists again. These were the ones that you admire for their songwriting.
Okay.
So it's called Sing With, Tour With, Chill With. Yeah.
Sing with, tour with, chill with. Okay.
You got to pick one of them.
I mean, I chill with nobody, you know.
All right. Dolly Parton,
Okay.
Pink Floyd,
Okay.
Alanis Morissette.
Bro, man.
He's happy now.
I chill with Pink Floyd.
Okay.
Because that's a madness.
Yeah.
I would songwrite with Dolly,
Okay.
and
yeah.
I would sing with Alanis.
Nice.
Oh, all right. Why?
Yeah. Because Dolly is the ultimate songwriter.
Yeah.
Like,
925 is the one I know.
yeah, but she
She
wrote,
wrote, I
really?
will always love you.
I will always love you.
She wrote that?
Yeah.
For Whitney?
Yeah, no,
No,
she wrote it.
it about her manager, right?
No, so basically, she wrote about the manager, but then years later, when Kevin Costner
Yeah.
was doing The Bodyguard,
Bodyguard, good film.
he found this song
Yeah.
and he gave it to Whitney. Whitney didn't really feel it to begin with, and then she, he was like, "No, this is the song, Whitney." You
Yeah,
have
it
to
was
sing
because it was epic.
And then she sang the song, and Dolly Parton didn't realize until one day she was in Nashville and she was driving home and she heard it on the radio and she was like, "Hold on a minute."
Yeah, that's my show.
Yeah. And she was very like shocked and she loved it.
Wait, out of
But,
curiosity, did Dolly Parton sing Jolene?
yeah.
Oh, that's a classic, that.
And for me, like, she was nominated to be inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 2 years ago, and she turned it down. And she said, "Until I write a rock album, you can't put me in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame." She got a statue erected for her during COVID in her town. She told them, "Get rid of it because I'm not dead." And also,
What?
yeah. But also, there are other things that you can spend money on instead of me.
Oh, she's fair enough.
She is the ultimate. This is what you remember. You know what I was telling you about Whitney Houston?
Yeah.
Dolly Parton is bordering 80 now.
Yeah, at least.
Right.
Yeah.
And she's still touring. She's still writing. She just released a new album, and she's loyal to her art.
Yeah.
She recognizes that the art saved her life
Yeah, no.
and shaped it. She
agree.
respects it. I like that.
Okay. And that was
Pink Floyd because they're always on LSD, and Alanis Morissette because she is like such a freak. Like I love her to death. Yeah.
Okay, all right. That's not a bad answer. Yeah. Okay. The next section isn't mine.
Oh yes,
It's
this is where I now come in.
And it's called Dilemma of the Mum.
Oh, it's a dilemma.
Is it, we're gonna call that?
I mean, something like
Yeah.
that.
Dilemma. Asabi's a dilemma.
Yeah.
And it's dilemma anyway.
We'll figure it
We'll
out.
figure it out,
You
yeah.
know.
Forgot
But
that
yes.
is.
Okay.
So I just have to remember which one I'd picked for you actually, because I think I said to you
It was
before
the prenup one.
Yeah.
Yeah, prenup
Okay,
one.
cool.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the scenario.
Okay.
You're in love.
Oh, for fuck. No, thank you.
You meet your guy. You're getting married.
Okay.
Now he comes from a family of doctors,
Okay.
so everybody's well off.
Okay.
Yeah. No problem. You work in finance. So you two are well off.
In which lifetime?
It's okay. This
In
is
this hypothetical situation.
hypothetical. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now, or do you want me to put it in terms for you specifically?
No, it's fine. It's
Okay.
fine. Yeah.
All right. So
I can pretend to be a finance.
Yeah. Financial whiz.
now his family are a bit bougie, especially his mother. So when she hears that you want to quit your finance job, to go now work for your dad's company, she's like, yeah. So she says, my friend, please, you must sign a prenup because we don't want you here just for our son's finances. You say, do you know what? I love my baby. Cool. If you lot want me to sign the prenup, no problem. Me, I'll sign it. Yeah. You sign the prenup. And you tell them it's okay anyway. In terms of the wedding, my dad's gonna pay. Yeah. So they're like, okay, cool. But yeah. So as they now start seeing where the venue is being booked, where the flowers are being booked, who's doing the catering, they clock that you've already spent more than they would have dreamed to spend
Okay.
if they had the financial freedom to do so.
spender.
Yes. So they now come to find out that your family,
It's richer than theirs.
yes, they're well off, but your family have wealth. Yeah.
Okay.
So now the mother-in-law to be humbly comes to you and she's like, "Oh, do you know what? Yeah, you misled
Scrap
us.
the prenup."
Let's scrap the prenup. What are you doing?"
Bye, mum. Bye, mum. I love you, but you didn't have the faith in me to trust me with the heart of your son.
Yes.
So each to their own. I would have signed the prenup anyway because I will have my things and you will have your things, and together our things will make greater things. Like, it's no way that you're coming to my things because you think that my things are bigger than yours.
My friend.
Because people work hard for their money.
Right?
Hold on, but what happens if now mum throws a spanner in the works and says, well, no prenup, no marriage?
She's not the one getting married. And if he has to go by what
Why you
mom is
looking at me?
saying, it goes to what we were saying before about the questions and the choices that you make. You might hurt me by not marrying me, but you might give me a greater gift in the fact that you're a wuss.
This
Fair
is
point.
it now, because for me personally,
Yeah.
if you're my husband or my husband to be and you're following what your mum's saying at your big age now,
Yeah.
then that tells me all
You're
I
not
need to
grown
know.
up enough, you know?
It doesn't bode well
And
for
it's-
our future, so I'm out.
Right, and it's not about the disrespect for the mom, because the mom won't have to live in our house daily. We won't have to make decisions on our future together daily. She won't have to bear your snoring daily.
Fair point.
She won't have to cook and clean daily.
Which
you
then
know?
for, yeah, fair enough.
You
fair
get
enough,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
With
yeah.
all the respect in the world, and yeah, it wouldn't. Yeah, and also it's a scenario that doesn't really fit. You know, because me in finance, please Lord,
No, okay. fair
take
enough.
the wheel, steer it somewhere else. Give me a boat on the canal, and send me off into the sun.
Okay,
You
but so we're all saying, Mum, adios, amigo.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But I think,
But now,
you know,
since you're a man, can I just pose
Yeah,
this
of
to you?
course.
To you
Hold
now?
on, this isn't about me.
yes,
Suddenly it is.
But
So,
That.
say now you were the man in that scenario,
Yeah.
and your mum's come to you and she said, "Make your woman give you a prenup." So you go, okay, cool, and your woman signs the prenup.
First of all, my mum couldn't tell me that. She knows me, so she can't tell me to do what I don't want to do. So already, this question's kind of over. But let's pretend that I did. Yeah, go on.
And then your mum comes back and she's said, your woman didn't tell us her family were this wealthy.
Yeah,
Let's not tell her, rip up the prenup.
I'm giving her the eyes, innit? Are you serious, Mum? And then I walk off. That's it.
Right.
Simple.
But I think it's also because just come on, like I don't understand people. Who do
It makes
that,
you look. It makes you look kind of.
weird, weak.
Yeah, I can't think of the
I
word.
don't think it's even about weak. You know, now we're
Like,
having a laugh.
like you're
but
flip flopping between.
being a grown up or not.
Yeah, it's
I think
prenup, not
it
prenup.
leaves you it leaves you looking like you're more materialistic than maybe you are,
like a scratch
but
up.
maybe you need to be. But it also makes you look like the thing you're accusing the woman of being.
Well, you basically are.
Well, essentially, yes.
Right. That's how you know. Maybe you're not trying. You're not. It doesn't make you look. Maybe you look like that, and you've always looked like that, but you never accepted it.
It
with your
highlights
spirit.
you, yeah.
You know, and that's the problem. You know that's the problem with a lot of relationships. The
Yeah.
fact that when you go out at the beginning, you pretend to be this
But
perfection.
you're not. Yeah.
Yeah, you
you're
always meet their
not.
representative first,
Yeah.
and I know I do it when I'm first dating somebody. They get my representative. I try to be as true to myself
Yeah.
as I can actively, intentionally be, but I still know that I'm still putting the best version of me forward.
Yeah.
But I know that I also tell them explicitly, like I can be difficult. I am a handful, and I try and let them know that this. If you think you're seeing perfection, perfection doesn't exist over here.
Right.
Yeah.
But you see what I'm saying? I just find it so jarring sometimes that as women, because we try to put our best foot forward, and we have to then highlight the fact, look, you're seeing good right now, but there's also some little bad. We can just be ourselves
Yes.
without putting
Yeah.
so much pressure.
But this is the thing.
you know?
People aren't comfortable with being themselves. I feel like the majority of people in this world, regardless of what's going on with them, they're not comfortable with being who they truly are, or they've never even met their true selves.
Yeah.
So you know,
It goes back to what we were saying about doing the healing work, or you don't. do it.
yeah,
Yeah. You got to put
Yes.
the work in.
And it's not even to say like, it's like a scab that you heal from and then it's gone.
Yeah.
Daily.
No.
yeah.
Sometimes you never really heal. It's always.
Yeah, it's just learning to live with the conditions that the trauma has set, or learning to work through the conditions to know how to, like,
Relearn.
yeah.
Because there's some things that are too ingrained in your being, to completely eradicate.
yeah,
But then, you can still catch yourself doing things in time,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You just need to observe enough.
Yeah, I think it's really good when you get to a point where you come to a scenario and then you look back and you're like, oh, the 2 years ago me would have handled this way different. Look
Yeah.
at me now.
Happened to me last week and I was doing the little dance because I was like, look at me, baby.
You guys are like some twins. You know what though? I
you know
think.
what? Our journeys in a lot of things have been very parallel.
Yeah.
In some ways,
Sisters and.
Yeah.
From a different.
Yeah, this is my sis. This is my good
from
sis.
another
Guys,
mother.
I feel like I'm in some healing right now after all of that malarkey about prenups and that. So we're going to move on to your second song, which is going to heal my
Okay.
soul.
Yes, but before you perform it, because we don't want to get into this habit of not remembering to talk about the second song.
Okay.
All right, yeah, all right. Just switching plans like that in the middle. All right, cool. It's live.
My friend.
Let's do it. No, let's do it.
So before
Yeah.
you do the song, please.
What's it called, first of all?
It's called Bow Down.
Bow Down.
This is a new song
Ooh.
that is not out.
Oh, fresh.
It's only been performed once last week
Boy.
in Prague.
Oh,
Oh,
And it's a song. Is a political song.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Of
yeah,
course.
you do whatever you want.
I might mess up the words because I
Nobody will know. Well, they will now.
Nobody.
I haven't learned it properly
Listen,
yet.
with your vocals, nobody's worried about you messing up any words.
Yeah, I'm not listening to the lyrics anyway. I'm just there with my eyes closed. Going,
It's about. You'll hear it in the.
yeah, we'll ask you more detail once we've recovered from the
But
song.
it's called, Bow Down. Funnily enough, because Whitney what's it? Beyonce's got a song called Bow Down.
Okay, yeah.
But it is not that kind of song.
Okay, alright. Okay, take it away.
I wonder how they sleep at night. Poor people suffering, the wicked still thrive with their illusions and a fake smile. To buy our silence and pollute our mind. From east to west, from north to south. In a world of blasphemy, we're taught to bow. With illusions and work of shame. They tell that politics will save our lives. I won't bow down. I won't bow down. It's the color of our skin. It's our spirituality. It's the God we pray at night. That burn down Gaza tonight. It's the color of our skin. It's the God we pray within. It's the God we pray at night. That burn down Gaza tonight. But I won't bow down. I won't bow down. I won't bow down. I won't bow down. It's just like you've got the short version, but
Was that a short version? I feel like 2 hours have passed since. Amazing.
listen.
yeah.
Wait, ask some questions or something, man. I was on the chill.
Do you know, it's just, I literally, each time I hear you sing, I'm just, because it's like having to hold back tears and having to, because what you do is you connect with the source.
Yeah, man.
Each time you sing, you connect with the source. So then just being in the presence of your voice, we get plugged into the source as well. And it's just, oh.
But how do you do that? Because like I'm feeling like a physical something. like I feel something. And I can like then it takes me like 5 minutes to get back to my normal self. Like my brain fuzzes. That's twice you've done it now. Fuzzes. I'm a bit.
Stick with me for
I'm
another hour.
But weekends, and somebody can now attack me, and I won't do nothing about it. And I like it takes me a while to get like literally. I'm not even lying. Like literally, it's like slows your brain down or something. It's weird.
So you see,
I can't stand
I
it.
don't know if I've ever said to you, when it comes to singers, I'm bougie.
Yeah, you are very bougie, man.
Yeah.
Black people she's rejected. I want to get on.
And this is the reason why, because for me, I respect singers who are technically proficient.
Yeah.
Yeah. I respect it. I respect it every day, all day long. Yeah. But for me, I need my singers to do what Mariana does,
Well,
which is,
that means we're gonna have one episode a year then, if that's the case.
then that's what we're doing. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Mariana, Volume 2, Volume 3.
Yeah. Acoustics Unfiltered / in brackets Marianna Zappi. Like all day, every
You
day.
guys
No.
are too nice, man. I just, I think that what you experience is what I experience when I listen to the inspirations that I have, because if we are not a vehicle for thoughtful experiences, we're a distraction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a distraction.
No, that's fair enough.
Because if I'm a distraction, you're not gonna take anything, and all I do is vain.
For me, like
That's why that song's so powerful.
that is what I classify as an actual singer. Maybe that's why you're alt pop, alt rock, because your songs mean something. It's not.
He's lushed the rest of the people. Do you know what I mean?
It means something. But
it's just it's different playing field. I come from the generation of people who played, in the mud growing up.
Yeah.
And we are now in a, side in the generation that has grown up with iPhones and AI.
Yeah.
Different scenarios.
So, there is, before coming to this podcast today, I was recording a podcast with a couple of girls, and we were talking about propaganda and how propaganda has basically turned everyone who's on social media most of their life into an agent of delusion.
Yeah. Because they don't know what the truth is anymore. What the truth is.
And one of them was
really
very honest with me. She said, and sometimes I choose it as a cure to escape from the truth of it all.
Oh.
And I said
That's
to her,
real.
that's really real, but also it's very dangerous because, your delusions can become your addiction.
Yeah.
And if you're addicted to delusion,
it's not a good outcome.
yeah, so
Wow.
yeah, coming back to that is, if I can't take you on a journey, then it's like I haven't gone anywhere.
Well, you've taken me on a journey, that's for sure.
I appreciate that.
You know what? I stand corrected.
See?
Yeah, I thought you were gassing a little bit, but
I don't gas.
No,
That's
you don't.
you can tell.
But
No, how dare you?
no, she doesn't. No, she's very honest in her expressions of love for people.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
So when is that out?
And it's not out.
When is it coming out, or is it
What-
too powerful to come
What
out?
should I tell you? No, I'm joking. I'm a little slow sometimes in feeling ready to release my things, but lately I've been very good because I've released two singles in 2 months ago.
Oh
and
yeah. Okay.
the releases for the happy phase haven't finished yet. So there's 2 more songs that are coming from it's called Purpura.
Okay.
And purpura in Latin means burgundy red.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that's so there's 4 songs and it's a series. So there's 2 songs that came out, One and Hold On.
Yeah.
And then there's Bend Not to Break, and again will come out.
Okay.
And then there's 3 different bodies of work that have been written and are ready to take the flight. Take flight. And one of them is called Songs of Revolution.
Okay.
And is a whole body of work about, the political state of the world that pisses me off.
Fair enough.
To no end. So you'll hear me ranting.
Hold on, I thought it was your happy face. You can't.
Yeah, I'm happy face, but I
It's
can
happy
be
rant.
angry. And, and I'm a woman as well. We multitask.
I wasn't going to say it.
Exactly.
All right, cool.
But the first one you heard is out and
Okay.
is everywhere, so you can have a look at it.
And where can people find you if they want to track you down for your music?
So you can follow me on socials at The Real Marianna Zappi, because no fake one there.
Yeah.
The reality is there was a girl that took my name on Facebook, and that's why it came for me, The Real. Maybe she's a Marianna Zappi too, I don't know.
I mean, maybe she is, but she's not the real Marianna Zappi.
Hence,
So.
hence The Real Marianna Zappi, on all socials. And I am going to Poland next week for a songwriting camp and a performance, and then I'm in London on May the 4th. In Greenwich. I'm performing in Greenwich.
Nice.
And then I'm going to watch a performance. Someone else's performance.
Yeah, I saw it on the socials.
Oh, you got it!
Well, if you invite me, I'm
invited?
prompting the invite.
Listen, I'm not. You know what I've learned? Nah.
The other one, we manage our label together. He don't tell me, he don't invite me.
No.
This one, can you come to the podcast
No.
to this day? I'm still waiting for the invite.
Where you are?
Performing
very well.
I know.
Yeah, sorry,
I'm saying.
two in a minute. Her rabbit, yeah? I'm just going to get a ticket and come. I'm not asking her.
Listen.
Coming.
I don't get invited to nothing.
Can I just say in my defence, yeah?
No defence to that.
And no defense.
Hold on, please, let me try.
Right.
Yeah. As a performer, as an artist, as a singer, when I first started putting myself out there on stage and stuff,
Yeah.
I would tell all my peoples,
Okay.
yeah, and nobody would come. And I'd tell
what?
all my peoples, and maybe two
I
people
wasn't
would
around
come.
back then.
No,
Never
you
was
weren't. And I started getting to the habit of just not telling people anymore and just putting it on the socials, and it got me. It then provided a bad habit of then not telling the people that I know. If I tell you and you're available, you will come.
To be honest, but anyway, fine.
It is what it is, bro. Like, should we get a ticket and we go
Yeah,
together?
we'll
yeah?
go.
Okay, cool.
I'm coming regardless. You can't stop me.
Oh Lord!
I'm going to heckle you as well.
Try it. Try it.
No, Raggle might join in. All right. I'll leave it.
No, but yeah.
It would be lovely. Please, sis, I'm officially inviting you.
Thank you.
Please.
What, me?
People you have heard her?
You can come.
Anyway, okay, it's like that. Final question. What would you want people to take away from your music, your content, your songs? If there's one thing or a couple of things.
I've never got asked this question, you know. That's a good one.
He's very proud of this question.
I got it from Sabi.
Solace and grace.
Oof. Wow.
Yeah.
That might be the name of the podcast. Sorry, and Grace.
Because I have not been very graceful to myself very much. And I think that I would change that about myself.
Okay.
And I've been trying to work on it for a long time. I think I got better at it. But I would love for people to understand, really, there isn't too much to anything, you know. That every little thing doesn't last that long.
Yeah.
That every feeling will be better tomorrow. That everything that you're going through is just a fleeting moment and it doesn't define the rest of your life. And to just live in the moment.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's a good message.
Yeah. So that's what my songs are about.
Okay. Well. Okay. On that note, let's end it.
Yeah.
Well, that was Acoustics Unfiltered.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow if you like this content.
Yes.
Which you
Follow
clearly
Marianna
must do.
Zappi, the real Marianna
Follow
Zappi.
Mariana.
You clearly know you will not be disappointed. So
Amen
please.
to that. I've been Mike. You've been.
I've been Asabi Hauer.
And we've had.
Marianna Zappi.
Thank you, everyone.
Take care. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.